As competition for limited charitable dollars becomes more fierce, fundraisers for nonprofit organizations are becoming innovative by stretching their imagination and thinking outside of the box to compete with a large number of organizations.
So have we agreed that the main push is not going to be for the whole month, but for the last half of the month?
Yeah, except Cause Love, I think we're...
Fundraising has to be strategic going into the 90s. It cannot be a hit and miss proposition any longer. You have to choose carefully the vehicles that you're going to use for fundraising, the marketing of those vehicles, your messages, your audiences. You've got to carefully look at all of those different components, and they have to come together in a feasible, strategic fundraising plan that the organization can then put it into operation.
What date do you feel we should start publicizing that the trade remembrance is going to be?
The key component to fundraising in this environment is having your volunteers, their dedication, their knowledge, and using them to their fullest to get as many fundraising dollars as possible.
Good morning, Hospice Simcoe. Robin Warren speaking. How may I help you?
Fundraising is friend-raising, and before anyone gives money to a charity, a trusting relationship must be developed.
A volunteer in this organization, in order to raise fundraising dollars, would first of all have to have a connection with what's really going on in hospice, get to know some of the clients on a personal basis, and do some volunteer work there, so that as you are talking to the people from whom you're trying to get funds, you'd be able to explain to them on a personal level what it is hospice does.
There's a lot of competition out there for the dollar, and so if you are asking the public to donate their dollar, upon which there's a lot of demands made, you'd better have a good case.
Too often when we hear the word fundraising, we think about money. But fundraising and resource development is much more than that. It's about people giving time, money, and talent. But most importantly, it's about meeting the needs of the people in the community who require our services.
If somebody is contacting me for charitable purposes, I would prefer that they solicit me via mail rather than a telephone.
When somebody calls me and asks me for money when they're doing a telemarketing campaign or something like that, normally what I will do is I'll ask them to send me some information about what they're wanting the money for and what their organization is, and if they can't send me any information about it, or they want me to give them money without any more information than that, I usually won't support them.
Well, if it's in the mail, I throw it in the garbage. And if they're calling me on the phone, I'm very polite and say, no, I'm sorry, I don't have time right now, or I'm not interested, thank you, and I hang up.
For Hospice Simcoe in Barrie, I'm Yolanda Gallo for Plugged In.